And we're back.
Huh?
Hello.
All
I'm
right.
still confused.
Well,
Having fun today.
yeah. Don't worry, Seb. This is gonna be your big scene for the finale. And I have
Wow.
popcorn to throw at you. Ah, yes.
Good luck making it here.
I mean, I can still throw the popcorn at the screen and everything.
I guess.
Try your best not to die, bitch.
I'll try. Why the fuck am I here? Right. Why do you come here? The voice in my head is clearer than before, like some harsh whisper coming from inside the back of my neck and slinging its way into my head. It almost feels like I thought the words myself. Is that a fucking clue? It's a mystery. My thought was rhetorical, and hearing it respond so aptly takes me off guard. Clutch my throbbing head in both hands. I've gone full fucking schizo. When the weird shit's on the outside, it's one thing, but on the inside... I grimace, bracing myself against the gate in front of me. Gate? No gate in front of this place in real life. Take a closer look and see the entire place is fenced off, like some kinda high security complex. Tarnished rebar gate is the only entrance point. The truck is just on the other side. It's only up to my chest in terms of height, though it's got security spikes about every foot along the top. A single key lock is all that keeps each side of the gate together. Doesn't look too sturdy. I add the truck through the bars and then check to make sure I still have my keys in my pocket. Sure enough, I feel the familiar leather Seguro keychain between my fingers. Try keys on the gate lock or break the lock.
Tough choice, tough choice.
Keys?
They try the keys.
Alright, that's the only votes I'm hearing, so...
I'm feeling keys.
You didn't give me a chance!
Too bad.
You had like a freaking 20 seconds, Sam.
A second. Whatever, continue.
Without even thinking, I take out my keys, flipping through to the ones for City Hall. Grab the sides of the lock and push the key twisting. To my surprise, I keep turning my wrist without resistance, and I hear a soft click as the fastening point comes unlatched. I stare at the lock, feeling some fleeting sense of accomplishment. It soon falters as I note the lock being here in the first place doesn't make a lick of sense. What in the fucking fuck? Also, the tips of my fingers that were grabbing the lock appear to have been stained black. Paint of some kind. Someone must have painted the lock recently, though the fence itself still looks pretty faded. Wipe both my hands off on the back of my pants and push the gate open. Only opens about 6 feet wide, nowhere near enough room to get my truck through. If I revved hard enough and gunned it, I'd probably break through, though I've got a feeling that's not what I'm supposed to do. There's not really a fence in front of this place. This isn't fucking real, but I'm seeing it. So why am I seeing it? That's a fucking question, right? Dick's words from earlier come to mind. Thing is, we've all got something after us, something bad. Won't let it, you leave it when it starts. What's after you? So if knowing would fucking help me right now, if not just be even more confusing in the long run. I half expect the voice from earlier to speak again, but it's silent, just a dull throb in the back of my head. Smart thing to do, most logical thing as Dax would put it, would be to sit down under a nice tree and just ride this out like a bad trip. Maybe get some sleep. I could fix it. By turning a computer off and on again. Peer up the sky. Red lights from the building make it seem as though the sky itself was blood red, expanding to various pinkish hues on the horizon. Like fucking hell I could get a wink during this shit. Pounding in the back of my skull just keeps thudding away. Constant beat that reverberates through my head like a cavern. Step up to the door with the engraved bit of signage next to it. Here for the seed. That, of course, ain't what it usually says. The cheeky-ass winking smiley face is still there, though. Let out a short sigh. You fucking idiot. Turn the handle and pull, but it doesn't budge. I push next. Still nothing. Handle shouldn't turn if it's locked. I'd know. I've been here before when it was. Push once more and I'm surprised that it gives. Door opening. Only leave it open a crack. I still worry about whatever weirdness lies within. First thing I notice is the burning smell. Stronger than it is outside. It's hot as hell too. This place had a kitchen. It's where something was being overcooked in it. At first, it's quiet. Nothing but creaking wood beneath my feet. Then, music starts to play. I noticed the boxy television set in the corner of the room's turned on. Grainy old cricket match on the screen. It's all very much the same from what I remember, except for a lone otter sitting at the bar counter. He's holding something to his head, an ice pack. He's nursing some shitty import pale ale in his free paw. There's no one else in here but him, at least in the front area. Hey you! The otter's posture stiffens. Yeah, you. Are you real?
What?
He responds back, his tone exasperated and groggy. Confusion. That's a good sign, I guess. Step a little closer, the otter using the bar counter to rotate himself and swivel bar stool. He's decked out in a skull t-shirt, cargo pants, and one of those lame scout caps that only jarheads, leather daddies, and theater kids wear. Seems dazed, squinting at me like I'm a bright light.
Someone turning up the orchestra in here?
What? After a moment, something seems to click and his eyes widen slightly, long smile crossing his snouty muzzle.
Motherfucker.
He pushes himself to his feet, making his way through the bar's haze.
What are you doing here, you big-ass bitch?
He claps my shoulder roughly, and then pulls me into a tight hug. For an otter, he's got a strong grip, and I actually irk aloud as he pats my back. The fuck? What the hell are you doing? After a moment, he pulls away, raising the shadowed brow beneath his hat. It's then that I notice his eyes, baby blue, almost gray. Not a common color for his kind of otter. There's some bags under them, though, like he hadn't slept in some time.
I was fixing to ask you the same thing. It's been dead all night, and I wasn't expecting company. It's kind of unreal seeing you here like this, though. It's been...
He huffs, astonished with a slight air of sheepishness.
well, a while.
Folds his arms over his chest, Otter looking up at me from beneath the brim of his hat, sort of wry expression.
This is who I think it is, right?
Who?
Seems happy to see me.
It's what's his name? Sydney.
It's also familiar. Wait a second. I blink. Jesus fuck, Sid?
Yay.
He lets out an amused noise, nodding.
Yeah?
So,
Wait. Don't you even try to tell me that you're here by coincidence.
He's an adult? Fucking 6 feet tall, I'd reckon. He's in shape too, rocking a full-on muscle shirt. Look around as if expecting to see Chase around the corner with a video camera and shitty grin. Still no one around but us, though. I'm sure there's a reason I'm here. Seems to perk up some, doing a one-handed finger gun gesture my way while the other nurses nice pack against his head.
Knew it. I mean, I'm glad, yeah? Did you get my Christmas package? I wasn't sure you'd like it. Saw them at the Macy Mays thrift down in Elwyn. Haunted Henson Yetta, Deadly Love Rivals 2, Final Obsession, The Choir Boy, the Horse-Sooth shitty B movies I got from a bargain bin. You know, the sort of not a lot of plot to get in the way of the film. Plus, I bundled them with a bunch of Crossfire shooting mags. Oh yeah, I also threw in some jerky I got from a trade show after my match in the Desert Springs. The jerky, it's super good. Hatch green chili flavored. You know where they grow that shit in Mesa?
In
Right.
mass, like en masse, you know.
Grow that shit en masse, right? World capital.
I can't help but stare, absolutely flabbergasted. This is what he'd look like. I don't immediately respond. His smile dissipates some.
Maybe you didn't get it? Fucking delivery guys, right? Probably some weasel or something with a good smeller.
He honks his own black nose.
Finding for my jerky.
Am I fucking dreaming right now? Am I asleep or just tripping? The other, Sydney, he's looking at me more worriedly.
You, want to sit down or something?
Oh. Look around at still empty bar. Sod or not, my legs are killing me. Sure. He motions towards some old wood and velvet bar stools next to a raised table in the corner that we take our seats. Sydney grabs his drink, of course.
I don't know where the bartender went.
So I just wanted to share, this is something new that they added for the anniversary edition, and I absolutely adore it because, like, this is a lot better of a picture of Sydney compared to the model that they used earlier.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, this is what Sydney would look like as an adult. Isn't that neat?
It's
Yeah.
accurate, I think.
Once it was an otter, I was like, ooh, I know what's going on here. But I was also like, wait, what the fuck's going on here?
I mean, yeah.
I,
Go ahead, Harry.
There's something that I noticed, like a detail I noticed this time that I didn't notice the first time I went through this scene that I really want to talk about, but not yet.
Write it down, and we can talk
No,
about it.
I'm not going to forget about this one. This one's very interesting to me.
Okay. There is a detail that I noticed as well that I'm going to want to talk about later, too, so don't worry.
Okay. I don't know where the bartender went.
He's usually in the back. Look toward the smoke room door. Nothing seems to have changed about it.
He?
Yeah, he. Big tiger fellow? Only guy who works here as far as I know. Scrunches his brow, thinking for a moment.
Unless we got a sex and a species change to become a bleach blonde bunny with big bouncing tits. I don't think so.
A grunt. The hell's he talking about? He was into dressing up in chick panties, but I don't think we were talking about the same person, or the same bar. Sid smirks, looking at me and a little wide-eyed.
Thinking of one of your gay bars, right?
What are you talking about? This is the gayest bar in the state. If this were real, there would be 20 fucking dudes screaming each other behind that door as we speak, including the bartender. Point to the familiar no smoking labeled door, my tone more firm now.
Including you.
This comment has a derisive, teasing tone. After a second he blinks, looking back over his shoulder to see what I'm pointing at.
You've been porking guys who go to clown school? That's a janitor's closet. Says so on the door.
I squint at the door. For a brief fleeting moment, I can almost quite make out the little mop and bucket symbol posted in the center. But it's simply not there.
I honestly don't know why I came here tonight. I guess I just had a good feeling about it in my gut. And by that I mean I saw the picture outside for their Chipotle dusted beer nuts, and my stomach got a boner. And I guess it also worked out since I got to see you.
Thrusts his arms toward me, trying to put on a cheeky, sarcastic grin, like he's trying to play off the statement as he realizes how sappy it sounds. There, to my knowledge, has never been advertisements for spiced beer nuts posted outside the bar here. Jesus. Slowly lean back into my chair, letting out a long exhale. It's real good to see you, too. More so than you probably know. He opens his muzzle to speak again, but I cut him off. Sid, where do you think we are? He takes a swig from his beer, peering at me for a long moment before examining his surroundings.
It's, you know,
He snaps his finger a few times,
the beer nut place.
frowns, shifting his ice pack back to his noggin.
I'm not that sauced. I just hit my head real hard on the counter when I was bending over to pick up my phone. Did we have plans to meet here? I genuinely don't know.
I'm sure as fuck didn't. I trail off for a moment, swallowing away the tight feeling in the back of my throat. Pull my phone from my pocket, turning it over in my hands. Still dead. I wasn't expecting to ever see you again. Blue eyes widen. Y'all are giving me that same doe-eyed look he'd give me after we'd been hanging out and I'd say I'd have to go. Never wanted to go home.
But look, I know after I'd bailed on the interview you set me up with, you were pretty pissed. Rightfully so, too. Fully justified. I get that. I know I screwed up.
What?
I'm trying to get clean. I swear to shit, it's just so hard, you know?
You're on drugs?
No, I mean, not right now. I'm sober.
I look at the ale in his paw. Sans the booze.
Eh. Look, all the other guys I wrestle with on the road shows... all the other guys I wrestle with at the road shows, though, they're all on the shit. Everyone's trying to bulk up and stuff so they actually get a pop when the crowd sees them.
Stone completely defensive, the otter looking me straight in the eyes, searching for any sign of doubt.
There's this one guy, Cody Altaro, or, well, he goes by the name Rico Renaissance now. He's been getting booked as my rival, and the bastard's up 25 pounds in 2 months. 25 pounds. No way in hell is he doing that with chicken breast and protein shakes.
Oh, wait. You're telling me you wrestle for a living? Oh, explain the muscle shirt and those tacky-ass wristbands. Like, that's your actual goddamn job. Sydney leans back some, still peering at me with the same searching look.
Yeah, used to go to my shows all the time. SFF, Sunday Funday Fights. It's mainly fucking juggalos and shit now. And we get paid in pennies and grass. But, you know, it's a start. I'm tough.
He sniffs, his eyes drifting down to his arms on the sticky table surface. Doesn't seem grossed out by it. Ron told me they never clean up in front anymore. Said not to touch the underside of the tables since they're packed solid with two things.
I'm gonna squeak that.
Yeah. I know his patchy areas and his fur near his inner elbows. It takes me a moment to register. He's got fucking injection marks. Seems to be... He seems to see me staring and pulls back his arms. I gawk at him for a moment, Sidney bracing himself for what I'm about to say. Gives me a sinking feeling in my gut. That makes sense. The shit Sid dealt with growing up, every sign was pointing toward him getting some sort of chemical addiction down the road. It ain't just roids, is it?
Yeah, well, you know me. I take some shit for, the mental stuff.
Mental stuff. I'm assuming it ain't prescription.
You assume correctly.
Speaks slowly, twiddling his thumbs in his lap, his eyes dancing from the bottle in front of him to me and back again. Not sure what to say. Sort of just sit there in awkward silence.
You know, I never really understood all the fucky stuff going on in my head. I just want to thank you for sticking around as long as you did. Can't say the same for everyone else. I'm not really an easy person to have the back of, especially when I'm the person one minute and another the next.
I remember the shit Chase was talking about earlier, about the incident at the ice cream place in Pueblo. The way he just clicked and changed. Continued speaking, the other otter shifting his thick tail listlessly behind him.
And tell your roommate Dax thanks as well. You know, I know you both really tried to get me a stable job at that print shop. But, fuck. Would have never worked out. A schizo like me? I can't hold that position like that.
Instead of Carl, Sydney was the one I would have been helping. I realize he's still out there, caught up in all this hysteria without me while I'm stuck in this place. Sid, this isn't real. The otter gives me another strange look. Clearly was expecting me to be acting much differently than I am now. Like he'd been preparing to speak to me for some time now, and I've completely derailed his plans to get a lot of shit that what he wanted to say off his chest. You're not real. I'm just fucking dreaming right now.
I thought you couldn't dream. You used to get annoyed as hell with me when I'd go off about the shit I'd dream about.
Yeah, well, I am now.
How would you even know what a dream was if you had one? After all, you look more like you just woke up.
Shake my head, watching the blurry brown and black form in front of me shift from side to side. Keep expecting him to just not be there when my vision refocuses. Look, let me just lay this shit out plain like, you can't be here. You're dead. You drowned over a decade ago in Lake Emma. I think Chase did it. Or at least I think he did. Sydney looks uncomfortable, as with the slight semblance that this is all some elaborate, fun ruse that I'm pulling on him looks increasingly unlikely.
Oh, okay. Well, that didn't happen. No nuts.
No nuts, like numb nuts, you know?
Oh, yeah, no nuts. And Chase, that twink couldn't hurt a fly.
His eyes rotating his half-empty bottle of pale on the table, spinning the ring of condensation that forms beneath it.
I'm right here, and I just want to talk to you.
His tone turns terse, very even. No, shitbird. You died. TJ saw two bodies with brown fur writhing in the water before you drowned. They all thought you died on your own somehow, like you passed out or some shit, and I knew better. See a flicker of realization in Sydney's eyes, and again, he shifts uncomfortably.
I think I remember what you're talking about. But I'm not dead. I'm here. Feel me.
He reaches across the table and takes my wrist, squeezing hard. It's like he's trying to give me an Indian burn, like he used to. I yank back my hand. Fuck off. Stares wide-eyed at me. His mouth slightly agape. A moment passes before he speaks again.
Why are you acting like this? Like you can't fucking just enjoy goddamn company. Plus you're so damn tense. You're not even high right now.
This isn't fucking fair.
I'm your best friend, hell. You're like my gay, scaly brother.
Can't fuck with me like this. This is too real. Quickly shake my head, closing my eyes.
You're dealing with me right now, not the thing inside your head. And that's becoming a rarer and rarer thing these days. So I'm just really trying to enjoy what time I got. Just talk to me. I don't want to think.
Trails
Huh.
off, staring down his lap.
This is depressing.
Think about what?
I mean, yeah, this is depressing, so... I mean, let's face it. Had Sydney not died, this is probably how he would have ended up.
Oh, I know, that's the worst part, right? And he's the manifestation of a lot of Flynn's, just as
Yeah.
an immediate reaction. Like, he's the manifestation of a lot of Flynn's worst fears, right?
There's a lot of things I want to talk about with this.
Okay, we'll get there when we get there.
Yeah.
I just want to say this
I'm
as
in
well.
pain for Flynn.
Don't forget, Flynn has never been an optimist. He's always been a pessimist. So,
Yeah.
like, if this
Well,
is
I
all
mean-
in his head, this also makes sense. Either way,
Yeah.
Say he's a pessimist, I'd say he's a realist.
Okay, maybe he's realist, but leaning towards pessimism over optimism.
Okay, I can agree with that.
There it is. The change. Music seems to sound further and further away until it dissipates entirely.
Huh. Maybe you're right, Flynn.
The fuck are you talking about? Sick heat left forgotten conversation began crawling up my back. Grabbing onto the table to help maintain my own posture, it's clear that something has shifted. A little bit of light in Sydney's eyes. Just gone.
2 bodies.
What?
2 bodies, right? I remember now. Man, that shit fucking sucked, didn't it?
Shifting uncomfortably, the topic is reversed onto what he had previously denied. 2 bodies, Sid. You're fucking dead. I saw you. I looked at you in the face and I saw nothing. Grip the edge of my seat, gut feeling like it's twisting in itself. It's like I'm standing in front of the roaring fireplace and smell smoke and fresh ash licking my nostrils while the heat tickles my scales. Sydney's gone forever, and all that's left is this. Who are you?
It feels different to me.
Thing that isn't Sydney looks around.
This is not the smoke room. It looks like it, but not to me.
The otter continues to stare off the side before seeming to realize I asked the question.
Sam, I am.
While he speaks, he points towards you, across the table. Oh, wait.
I know, it's starting to get real fucky, huh?
While he speaks, he points towards you, across the table with both hands.
Oh no, here's the most fucked up part about this. That's Flynn text, but Sam thoughts.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's something in his something metal in his grasp, long and barbed end. I can't make out exactly what it is. I swallow and try to speak evenly. Who's Sam?
Facsimile of a person that was. I'm dabbing myself with ink so I never dry, but it smudges.
Oh my.
A simulation.
I don't like it.
In here, I become we with you.
Me?
But no.
I'm not sure I hear that first part correctly.
So, Seb, I have a question. What does that word mean?
Uh,
I can tell you.
it's like light fire under or to start on fire.
Excellent.
It means incendiary or to set fire to.
Excellent, excellent.
At first they come through the gate, then they came through the stars.
Oh yeah, stars.
There's Paros.
They come for you.
Looks at me. I feel my legs begin to shake. I tremble, wishing I was anywhere but here.
The others before, they bounce, undulating in constant, restless motion.
Old figures heaves, breathing heavily as he sways Sydney's body up and down. Stares at me with that to remind me of the fish Carl and I catch at the pond.
But that's not what you want. You want the answers. After all, it's a bit late for love, and too still for lust.
I just fucking need to know what happened. To Sydney, so that this hysteria stops and everyone's safe again.
That could help. But are you sure you really want to know? You can chase the truth until you're red in the face.
Thing looks over toward the smoke room door. What was once Sydney raises his arm to point at it with a natural stuttery movement.
It ebbs and flows like the tide. You can ride it. Each time the tide comes in, it's a little less of what it once was. Abstracted. It goes where sorrows sprout. It takes with it what it can before rolling back out. Some tides are particularly large.
He waves a blurred paw at me. Again, I see the metal thing he grasps in his paw. Seems to see me looking at it. Holds it in front of me.
You burn them all down around you until only the truth remains. You needn't the
It's okay.
You needn't the superfluous.
Superfluous.
God, words.
You're doing so good beyond that.
Superfluous kindling. Those are but the lies they've tell others and eventually themselves. You'd make a good detective if you weren't marinating in your nepotistic squalor. Unlovable, shameful, a sin to all who initially cared for you. Truly, only belonging amongst the sawdust, semen and ash. Those drowned out amidst the moaning and groaning of unfamiliar shadows. The only one who precisely knew you, who precisely loved you, ushered into the tide by those you thought fondly of. And justice denied again and again and again.
Presses the barbed tip of the rod into the table.
There were 6, now there's 5.
The distorted otter is looking at the thing in his grasp and he says this. It's a fire poker. I hesitate to speak. my mouth feeling dry and my forked tongue caught in between my teeth. Yeah, I get it, but... Well, what I just saw, Sydney, is that real?
Who just joined in time for this mess?
Sam.
Samuel.
Hey, Sam, enjoy this. We can't stop to explain.
It could be somewhere in here.
Seems to be referring to... He seems to be referring to the poker. I reach for it, but my hand can't quite touch the metal. Faces right through it. Hollowed thing just stares at me, watching my futile attempt. Slowly, I rise to my feet, my legs gelatin-like as I wobble some. I manage to steady myself with my tail, grasping the sticky table for support. The distorted otter just watches me, somehow looking almost eager. No small amount of trepidation. I begin approaching the smoke room door. Sound of crackling flames growing louder the closer I get. This has to be it. The alternative being doing nothing, which, while real damn appealing, probably wouldn't stop what's going on outside. That's how this works. I grasp the handle. Fuck me.
Many have.
I stop looking back over my shoulder. Figure is leering closer now. Fuck you two. As I turn back to face the door, I swear I see the shape smile. Turn the knob, step inside. The air is absolutely electric. I feel myself involuntarily shiver. Brace myself against the wood-sided walls, staring through the darkness. Never seen this empty before, and I get this sensation in my gut that something terrible happened here. Looking back, I don't think the shape followed me. I'm still here. God damn it, leave me alone. Feel my blood chill, but I keep moving. Just ignore it. Just ignore it. Just ignore it. This version of the smoke room is impossibly large, and I keep walking through the darkness expecting to reach an end, but it doesn't happen. It just keeps looping in on itself. I don't even know what I'm supposed to be looking for. I hear a sharp crack, gunshot, followed by a low cry. Someone's wailing. It doesn't sound like it's coming from inside, but rather a reverberating noise outside, far away. The whole room begins to vibrate, as if activated. The rumbling, stronger on one side of the room. I walk in that direction. As I approach, I hear more wailing, more voices, some sounding different, rather close.
Flynn!
Now there's huffing and panting, sound of hooves and soft feet upon a stone floor. Trying to catch up to me at the other end of the long cavernous hallway. The rebar from before. Jesus, not in the smoke room. In the mines. And it's very, very hot. Feel my whole body rumble like a shockwave bouncing in my insides. Kinetic energy, electricity, like 1,000 subwoofers reverberating from the stone walls.
You're here. The source. The seed.
Dude!
Stay back! Initially, it's like a cold shower, nice sensation that presses against my front and washes over me like a tide. I recoil. There's nowhere to withdraw back to. First, my body is unable to discern extreme cold from extreme heat. Though that time soon passes, the burning feels all too real. I can feel it seep between the cracks of my scales, and look at the more vulnerable flesh beneath. I'm standing in fire, but I don't see it. I see nothing. can't even tell where it's coming from. Wherever I go, the burning follows. The fabric of my clothes ripples as the seams begin to snap away. Some of it falls to the floor, while the rest clings to my body like new skin. Even the air I breathe burns, making my insides boil. This is in my head. This is real. I'm burning. Flail into the darkness, running now. After a while, it feels like I'm practically gliding. I hear a sound and move toward it. Fucking help me. I utter, my voice raspy and light. Footsteps. There are several of them, and a bonfire. I see the silhouettes of people running and flailing about just like me. Panic everywhere. A woman, Genevieve Sanders, mail carrier standing above the fire. Gun in her hands. Assailant's body is burning. And beside her is Auntie, face down with a bloody hole in the back of her head. No. Myself trying to wake up.
Hold up.
No.
Just like that little...
I thought it sounded different in my head canon.
I know, but that's not how it came across. I'm giving you another shot at that one, Seb.
Okay, fine. No.
That's better. I like that.
Pinch myself trying to wake up. Pinch so hard to feel the scale on my arm split in half, and blood seems like it's boiling pools from it. Quickly evaporates, and all that's left is a mark of reddish-pink flesh beneath the scar tissue. I look up. She's still standing there, mouth agape, like she's frozen. Her eyes follow me in real time. She sees me, but it's like she can't act. Why? Fucking why? I receive no answer from the horrified visage. She's still holding the gun. She'll do it again. She'll do it again.
So, what do
Her?
we pick?
Stop her.
Well, it's not like you really have a choice anymore.
Given what I've seen so far, I think I would stop her.
I lunge, and it's like she's made of sand, flesh dissolving way beneath my claws as I touch her. And then, it's like a rope wrapped around my waist yanks me back. The wind is like sandpaper against my burning head as I fly through the burned shapes and silhouettes. What do I do? Is that real? Oh God, Auntie. Jesus fuck, what's happening? Next thing I know, I'm in front of City Hall again. Though, everything's different. There's a crowd gathered around a large tree outside, and their clothes are all old-timey like. Men in suspenders, women prairie bosses. Their faces are furious blurs of polygonal masses and furrowed teeth that seem to exude their emotion more strongly than their distinct facial features. The Masetta Fennec stands up on a wooden stool with a noose wrapped around his neck. The priest next to him reading his last rites. The man is so angry, so hurt. Tears like waterfalls down his matted yellow cheeks. Someone hurls a piece of hardtack that hits him square in the jaw, but he doesn't react. Cries of the crowd are obscured, distorted. Something about child or children. There's a man at the edge of the crowd, Ram, the one the Fennec is staring at. He looks like Carl. Ram pivots on his hooves, turning to walk away, but stops when he sees me, his expression vacant. Fennec shouts indiscernible hatred at the man. Just then the stool is kicked out from beneath him. As he sways, feet kicking and driblets of piss cascading down his overalls, it's as if the ground itself begins to bounce. It's something so palpable and awful that it's beyond words, but I can feel within my mind more readily than burning of my flesh. Stony faces of the mob seem completely unaware that their actions are feeding something far greater than they will ever know. I'm sucked away again, I feel my scales fall from my body like black and orange confetti. My thudding heartbeat is becoming increasingly irregular. I'm standing behind a shelf now. There's someone in a hoodie next to me, but he doesn't notice I'm here. He's got a camcorder. I think it's Salem? He's younger. Large bear, larger than me by a couple inches, steps out from what looks like the bathroom door. It's Brian, meth dealer who lives in a trailer on the outskirts of old city limits. See him at the smoke room sometimes. He deals there. Neither of them are looking my direction. I soon see why. There's a fennec on what looks like a rack nearby. One of his eyeballs are gone. He's still alive. On the television behind Brian, slideshow grotesque images flashes by, the fennec's missing eye on the smokeroom counter. Looks like the place was closed, so nobody could walk in and see what they were doing. In the real world, the fennec's words were garbled and distorted, as if they were coming from an old VHS. He's feigning love for the bear, asking him to hold him tender-like instead of whatever else he's planned. Fennec's face becomes increasingly burlery. Is that Danny? Casey? Keith? There were so many. They blur together. Salem's grinning, a reflection on his camcorder screen leaving a stark glint in his eyes. I feel myself move out from behind the shelf, beyond my own will. There's a rumbling and pull in my gut. I'll be pulled away any moment now. Oh shit.
I'm sorry, who was Salem again?
That's the boar that we found dead earlier.
Oh, okay.
But he's here helping Brian by filming this shit.
Yeah.
Well,
Salem might not have been so innocent and might have deserved to die.
I think he should be dead, and I'm glad he is. I'll be right back.
Okay. Well, while our Flynn is gone, let's debate who do we kill in this situation.
Can we kill Brian? I don't like Brian.
I mean, we sure can try. So far, there's only been one vote for Brian.
I mean, that's the obvious choice. There's no reason to add anything.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we can cut Brian.
Okay. Well, when Seb gets back, we'll kill Brian. Or at least try to. Also, Sam, how are you doing? I see you're still muted.
Sorry, yeah, I meant to say yes, kill Brian, and I'm doing okay. I'm playing, Sims, and I'm building a house.
Okay.
Alright, I'm back.
Alright.
House.
Whenever you're ready, we're going to attack Brian.
Brian sees me, his eyes going large as saucers.
They're real.
So all he can get out before my hands pass through his gut. The hairy flesh seems like it practically disintegrates at my fingertips until I notice it's all splattered on the wall beside me.
Oh, Sam, your breathing's being picked up by your mic again.
As I'm pulled away, I can just make out the tusked, smiling face of Salem. It's full of shock, the smile remains. So does the maimed fennec. I gasp into the void, the fresh blood mixing with my own. My actions no longer feel entirely of my own volition. It's like something's pulling at my skull. Like back at City Hall, when I condemned Chase. We make the justice we're given. Plot back in front of the familiar ram and salamander like all that had happened was some horrible vision. My body feels the same. The gaping expressions of the duo show no sign of relief. Oh. I can barely make noises with my throat the way it is. I can practically feel my vocal cords snap away as they speak, letting me only exude a guttural growl. Reach out to him, seeing the sinewy red appendage my arm has become. Well,
It
that
didn't
didn't
come
come
through,
through.
but like I'm not gonna make you do that line.
Yeah. Tunnel shakes around me. Carl and Dax both turn and flee. Salamander screaming his absolute lungs out. I'm terrifying to them. As they're about to round the corner, I see Carl hesitate. He looks back at me. Can't see his expression. I can't call out to him. I have to let him know I'm still here. Some strained effort. I turn my wrist around and close all but one of my fingers. Ram continues to stare as the rumbling increases. I'm pulled away once more. It goes on like this. At each stop, I lose more of myself, mentally and physically. Each visage that appears before me, some new unspeakable evil I hadn't fathomed existing. Time to time, I let the thing inside my head take more and more control. Sometimes, I don't have the control in the first place, and the suffering is strongest. Where Sam thrives, he drives. Like my body, I become numb. All but my vision and hearing is gone. They're swiftly fading, too. Keep closing my eyes, waiting for it to end, but it doesn't. Can't die. Hear the soft pitter of my feet on a rocky embankment. Somewhere down the way, stones are being skipped. Clap. Someone threw in the big one. Then, sniffling, followed by a low sob. Crying has become so familiar to me. I hear it more than everything else, it feels like. It's like singing, isn't it? Purest expression of emotion. Fuck you. But this one is more familiar. To me as well. I can just make out the audible sound of little pebbles rolling down a hill, followed by a heavy thud. Turn to see a faint gray silhouette, big blue eyes.
Congratulations, Sam. You have a lie.
What?
Oh no no, you don't need to go that deep for this.
Oh, what?
This hits me like electricity. This is it. And what he saw that day on the beach by the outlet. Finally. He screams. They always scream. Follow him. I have to see it. Descend beneath the waves, and I see the excess fat drift from my body into the tidal current. Water is abrasive, but I'm able to glide through it, swimming without swimming. Something pops. Suddenly, I can't see from my left eye. There's white water ahead, thrashing movement. A slight bit of reddish-pink mist dissolves in the current in front of me. No. No! Straining myself to hear, trying to keep absolutely still. The other, but other than the faint occasional splash, there's nothing. Eventually, splashing stops. I know my best friend is dead. Rest in the current, the voice in my mind is fortuitously silent, not pressing me into movement or action. Though my eyesight is gone, skull punctuated but with nothing but empty sockets and orifices, I see something. Bright blue eyes, starry skin. It's Daxton, I'm sure of it. Doesn't move, though. Doesn't move. Though I can read the intent in his eyes, he very much wants to. Instead, he remains motionless. We stare at each other. Imagine speaking to him, telling him what's happening to me. Words are rambling and my mind is not what it used to be, but it doesn't seem to matter. Meets my gaze regardless. I ask him if Carl's alright, and if, of course, he doesn't respond, then simply state that I hope he's okay. Go on and tell him about all the crap the Ram and I have been through, about how much I hope he fucking makes it out decently enough. Wish I would dare give him another shot at the interview on account of its town-wide madness. Tell him I hope it's over now, wherever he is. Finally, I apologize for him, what an absolute ass I was to him. And he deserved goddamn none of my angsty bullshit. Never blinks any indication or understanding, or even blinking. Most surprisingly of all, feels as though hours pass and the hysteria simply holds on, whisking me away. No rumbling, no fire, no screeches into sudden chaos. It's a slow, eventual, fleeing feeling of drifting away somewhere else, somewhere dry. There's a telltale sound of hot water heater rumbling nearby. It's humming away. Someone must be taking a shower, or it's laundry day. Feel the vibrations more than I actually hear the thing. Then a faint whimper. The sound is stifled as if upset individual is trying to hold back tears. It's high-pitched, feminine. Girl. Distortion is only slight. Bring my hand up and feel the wooden slats. I push harder, whole surface bends and folds outward. It's a closet door. Sniffling stops. Slowly I hold up my hand and I do a small wave. Gentle movements, as if distortion is making me look faster. It's quiet. All I can hear is the water heater in the girl's room. There's the shuffling of the sheets, small footsteps.
This would actually be you, Hannah.
Hi.
Her voice is timid. There's another long pause.
Are you real?
I think for a moment. Slowly, I shake my head.